ladies and gentlemen,
Yep,
Lagaan.
Lagaan. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, India.
Oh!
That was, wow.
Amir
It was a
Khan.
long epic. That's
Rachel
for sure.
Shelley.
Rachel Shelley.
Is she in
What's
like
she been
other
in?
stuff?
Looks like to be born in Swindon, England. She is known for a few different movies, but it looks like she probably can speak Hindi, I would imagine. She's in the L Word.
Oh, that's that lesbian TV show.
Well,
State.
that would
Yeah,
be the
that's-
L in L.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she didn't marry him, because
Oh, that's right.
she was in another
Blank.
movie called Blank, which
Oh,
is
so
rated
she's
very
in
highly.
US and
Yep,
Okay.
I
she's-
suppose so. Well done for her.
she's- Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
so this movie though, it was a long epic, a lot of musical numbers, more than I thought there would be. But I guess, like Michael was
Yeah.
saying during the reaction, it seems like there's more musical numbers in the older movies.
It seems like
Yeah,
it.
It's kind of like and it depends, I guess, on Bollywood versus like, Tollywood or other
Right, or Mollywood.
or Mollywood. Yeah. But yeah,
Or
interesting. Yeah. Yeah, keep going, Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought
you
overall,
can tell it's a classic.
Yeah.
Like, you can
yeah,
tell it's a
it had that classic movie feel to it. Overall, I really liked the second half more than the first half. When it got into the cricket match, like
Yeah, that was
I
interesting.
thought that
There
was
some
done
strategy
really well.
involved and-
Yeah, like we were able to at least figure out most of the rules of the game
Yeah,
by
yep.
watching it, and it was cool to see the strategy and like how they came back. So I really enjoyed that whole part of it. So like the last hour, I found pretty enjoyable.
Mhm.
The
What about the other 2.5 hours?
yeah, it was a little long. And
Little fell into that one. You were like, the last hour was really good.
Yeah.
And
I try to say the positives first,
4-hour
guys.
movie.
And then,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
the whole love
nominee for best
triangle.
foreign language film.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
But the whole love triangle thing was a little weird. Like
It was very
I
strange. Yes.
it wasn't. I didn't think it was developed that well. I mean,
The first cut of the film was 7 hours and 30 minutes long.
wow, 7 hours
that
and
would've
30
been
minutes.
Extremely tough.
That is crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, I thought some of the like the love triangle angle was a little. I don't know. It didn't really
kept
seem
it
like it was
interesting,
needed.
I guess. When nothing else was.
I mean,
happening,
we
I suppose.
were super surprised when the English lady started singing. That was
Yeah,
like a
that
highlight of that
was like
first
watching
part.
a
I was like,
Disney
what
movie.
is
That was
happening?
great. That was
Yeah.
great. That was legendary. That was awesome.
Yep, that was pretty fun. But yeah, overall, I would say the ending was strong, but the whole first half was pretty slow paced for sure. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, the story is fairly simple in structure, but then I think it could have been told in like 2 hours or so.
You don't think
probably.
7 hours?
No.
They got 7 hours. I
Yeah.
bet it was the cricket match.
There was
that
a lot
took
of
the
there was a
full-
lot of songs which
full 7 hours.
yeah, that was a little bit different for a while because again, like we said, we haven't watched Indian movie that had that many numbers. But yeah, it was just very, very like drawn out. I would say every step.
Yeah.
And they don't even get into the training montage until like 2.5 hours in. I feel
Yep.
like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whoa, and it took 2.5 hours to kind of build up to when they had a team.
Yep.
Yep.
So it
And
was.
it was interesting to see the background on like the taxation and the
Yeah.
British ruling over them. It was interesting to see how that affected
Uh-huh.
their daily lives and stuff. But they did. I think it was like, yeah, I definitely think it was drawn out a lot. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
story lingered for too long. But
Yep.
what do you think, Mike?
Well, I don't like sports movies, and I don't like old movies. And so
Oh no,
this
that's
is problem.
no.
that's a double whammy.
That's a double whammy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's very traditional sports underdog.
Well, here's what I don't like.
story,
I don't
but-
like how old movies over dramatize like everything.
Mhm.
That gets really frustrating for me when you watch a movie and it's just like and you're just like,
Yeah,
dude,
there was that guy screaming.
everything about it was so over dramatized. I was like, this is like an old movie, kind of what they do in those things.
Yeah, that's
why it takes me out of it a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And sports movies are always hit or miss because there's always one way. There's like two ways it can go. They lose or they win. You know what I mean? It's the hard part. It's very hard to make
very
it
predictable.
This
Yeah.
one is
Yeah.
like,
It's
there's
hard
no
to be
way
unique.
they're not going to win.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what's coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's just tough
Yeah.
to make a sports movie. That's why I think they're inherently
Yeah.
have their issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I love sports, and I am exactly with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, sports
yeah.
is its own thing. Like it's
Yeah.
like that could be watched, but making a movie about the sport, it's just
You kind of know where it's gonna end up,
Right.
And
exactly. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So this was tough. It was just very long and drawn out, and there you go.
Yeah.
And like I'd say the concept of the tax and the that's pretty interesting. So
Yeah, it gives us some back.
The
It gives us
context
some
behind the
background.
British,
Yeah.
and then how they would kind of manipulate the provinces to pay those taxes. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And so that it brought more
Light on it.
right, but it had more weight to the actual cricket match.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it was very very straightforward. And,
like I said before, though, I mean,
But it was fun to watch
we
the
learned a
cricket.
lot about cricket,
Yeah.
so that was like also
That was a
a
win. I would say
positive
that
of
was
the
a-
film because like we didn't have a lot of background. We didn't know a lot about
No.
it beforehand, but
We'll probably watch a
Definitely.
video
We'll have to-
later this week about how to play cricket. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking we'll
have
do
to do
for
that.
like a little how in the heck do we do this kind of a thing.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get to our ratings, boys. And, I
This
think
one's
I know
kinda
where
tough.
we're gonna land on this, but
This one's a well-regarded classic movie. I
Yeah,
feel
very well regarded.
Yeah.
Very
But there's
highly
no-
rated.
Yeah, there's no nuance to the characters or their performances or anything that would stand
No,
out. In
and
terms of,
now his wife is also annoyed me because she was kind of a brat, but you know
which
the Indian lady.
Guri
okay.
or something.
Yeah, Amir Khan is solid, but he's been better in.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
would
other-
say this wasn't.
Yeah.
I
his
do not think this was his best.
No, because it doesn't show any.
No.
It doesn't show any acting.
We should have watched
This
the
is him
7-hour
early.
cut. We
This
should have
is
watched the
definitely
director's cut, the 7-hour one. That
Yeah.
would have given, I think, a better
I
performance.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Who wants to go first?
Oh man.
I'll go first because mine's probably the highest.
Isaac's the
but,
shining light.
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Very good.
So the last hour of it really brought up my score.
Yeah, that's
I would have
fair.
probably
That's fair.
given it a 2 out of 5 up until that last hour or so.
Oh, Ben?
But
I'm. Yeah,
I already
it's been
saw
a
your
while.
rating, but
I know, but
it
I'm
showed up.
back and forth.
Oh, he's
I
still
didn't
going.
review it yet.
Oh, Ben,
I
I'll
thought
go
you
then.
did.
If
All
you-
right, 2 out of 5.
I get 2 out of 5 as well.
Oh, you guys tied. Wow. So usually Ben's the lowest,
Yeah,
but this
usually
time
the lowest.
Michael joined us.
I
I'm
was
with
2 out of
Michael
5
on
too.
sports movies. I'm really not a fan of unless they bring something new to
I
the table, or
honestly,
they have really
yeah,
good performances.
yeah,
and there was nothing that stood. I did like the comic. Like, okay, so to be fair, the British guy was really cheesy
Yeah, yep.
and funny.
Yeah. The acting wasn't
everything
as,
else,
it
there
wasn't
was
like
no-
as cringy. The English acting wasn't as cringy
No.
as I thought it would
No.
be.
No,
It
was
was
all the
more
other
kind of
acting.
a funny.
it was.
way of-
He was definitely a caricature.
Oh, yeah.
but it was kind of funny,
Mhm.
and he was
Yeah.
he was
Again,
silly.
I think it was just the dialogue that just took me out of it. So,
Yeah,
like
there-
just so many of like these moments where it was just like people like overacting was my issue with it, where they were just like, oh.
Yeah. And I think that's
Really?
inherent with a
Old-
lot of older
old
movies,
movies
both
do
in
that,
the
yep.
American
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Western
We're not-
movies
yeah.
and
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
really like
I do
those
not
either.
like. To be honest, yeah. There's
I
a
mean,
lot of older
it
American
depends,
movies
yes.
that
I'm
are
not a big old movie guy.
extremely boring and
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, that's because this is pre-Instagram reels. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm so bored. Like, you know what I
Bro,
mean?
you
Like,
gotta
let's
get off
spice
the
it up.
TikTok and
Can we have like
Instagram,
Temple
man.
Run while we're watching this movie?
No,
Like,
we can't turn into that. We can't turn into that.
Okay.
That
We
would be
like our long movies. We like
We
our
do,
long
guys,
movies,
yeah, we
but
do
it has
like long
to be-
movies.
But we have
Certain
to be
ones.
engaged in it.
Yep.
It was just not enough to be engaging because it literally had 3 plot points and that's it. They just extended everything to make it long.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have an engaging plot that's moving all the time and you make it 3 hours, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
And we love
Well, yeah,
Sanjay's, like, some of Sanjay's...
RRR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RRR
3
is
hours
3
long.
hours.
3
yeah.
hours and
Love it.
something.
Close to, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
We
movies
love
that
that
we have enjoyed because they've been engaging throughout,
Yes.
for the
Mhm.
most part.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, that's that.
Okay.
Peace in the Middle East.
That's
We'll
Lagaan.
see you in the next react.